Hi Alyssa, I'm looking at your drawing now. Um, I think you've done a lot of things really well here. In general, everything seems to be on the right layer. It seems to be about the right dimensions. Um, Looks good. Okay, so now we're going to zoom in and look at a few things that could be improved. Whoops, so I'm going to do zoom. Come on. Zoom. Window. Yeah, that's not what I meant to do. I went zoom window. Okay, and we're going to zoom around this one first. Okay, as I mentioned to Tina in particular, but it's true for all of you, these the cabinets that are cut through, you should show the same amount of detail with. She showed them like they were shown in the drawings, which is to say this one was cut and then the bottom looked like this. I'm fine with the way you're showing this. I'd like her to show it the other way, one way or the other, consistent. Okay. One of the things I do on these elevations is that if I'm showing the things like the thickness of the door, I go ahead and I show the thickness of the cabinet and I show the shelves inside and all that kind of stuff. Of course, usually I'm going to put them at a little bigger scale than what we're going to put them on drawing sheets at. So, once again, as has been mentioned before, your outline is on the wrong layer, so you need to fix that. I would suggest putting this on a lighter layer, as I had discussed with your classmates. That's a block, so it should be okay. Those things will print a little better if they're a little lighter, because otherwise they get really muddy. Another thing you should look at is in this next drawing. We're going to kind of zoom over here. This is about the same as the other one. This line right here is not there in between the bottom of the cabinet and the top of the backsplash. It's just not there. Okay, it would be if there was a panel there, but there's not. So you need to trim that. Just trim it in between here and here, because really you'd see the side of the refrigerator there. Now, if you wanted to, you could, of course, build in a panel there, but most of the time we don't. Okay, so that's really all you've got here. Now then, as I zoom one more over, I'm just going to pan on over. Okay, bathroom. Same thing with the outline, you knew that. As what I said with the others, you might want to go ahead and put in the door swings for this. These lines are on the wrong layer. They need to be on the pattern layer as well. And I would look at putting this faucet on a lighter layer than it's currently on too. As I said, those will be muddy when we print, and we don't want that. We want them to be clear and pretty. And you forgot your shower curtain. A lot of times, I don't do very many bathrooms with shower curtains. If they get an architect involved, it's usually something way more complex than that. But when I do, I show the shower curtain, and sometimes I go ahead and show a dashed line. I show the rod, and then I show a curtain. Or even, a lot of times, I'll use those curving rods like you get in hotels. And so you'll actually see part of the rod. You'll have the tube for the rod, but you'll see part of the rod in the background behind it as well. It's up to you how you show that, but you do need to at least show a rod. Other than that, I think you need to look at, this is a really big medicine cabinet. You might want to double check what size those actually are. And the other thing I want to double check for you real quick here is I'm going to double check the height here, which is usually 18 inches, and it's shown as 18 inches there. It just looked a little taller, I guess. Okay, I think that's it. Keep up the good work. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.